Hello YouTube, Joseph Crickmore here, and welcome back to my episode 21 reaction of Slime. I'm finally back on the weekly grind, like I did when the season first came out. Looky here. Last time was the meeting about the labyrinth and there being a problem, and we had Kumara. Where's my Apito and Zegion? That was literally the meeting that they're supposed to get brought up again. And in the anime version, this is supposed to be their first time getting introduced. Officially. Like, we know because of ancillary media in the anime timeline that they are already there. We just haven't seen them yet. They literally set up that part of the meeting with Trainee and Shuna being like, we have suggestions for the labyrinth. So also, Adelman didn't get his time in the conversation either. Why not? Whatever. We're about to start the tournament, and then maybe the opening ceremony for the labyrinth. Maybe, just maybe, before the season is over, I get what I want. The rest of that meeting and the introduction of Apito, Zegion, and a little more for Adelman. Come on. I have a feeling they will. I have a feeling the end of the season is not just going to be the tournament and the labyrinth. It might also be like the days after the festival, you know? Because that's like the beginning of Volume 10. Like the very beginning of 10. That's all I ask. Of course, I'm also the same guy that keeps petitioning for an episode for the Lakeshore Dyed Red incident. Hey, if the Demon Trio are going to be introduced next season, because 10, 11, 12, you may as well do an episode setting that up now. Look at Diablo. He got an entire episode with his backstory with Shizu, a whole season before his light novel debut. They can do the same thing again for Testarossa. It's not a big deal. In any case, we'll see where the season goes from here. I'm still hashtag where's my Apito and Zegion. And I'll see you in the episode. Next time you see me, it'll be the post-episode discussion. And cut. Okay, post-episode discussion time. That was an amazing episode, minus one little thing I was pointed out in the reaction. Also, I apologize for what I said at the beginning of the video because I was confusing episode 20 with 19. And, yeah, I now look like a big old idiot. Yeah. Yeah. So, what I meant at the beginning of the episode was meant more towards episode 19, not to 20. I am sorry. It's actually now been a little while since I watched the episode because, like, I actually had to wait now a week because I'm finally caught up. And I'm doing so much at once that my brain can't keep up with me sometimes. But it's just something I've been still thinking about. Could they still do it before the season's over? I don't know. They set it up in the anime. They're not gonna go. They're probably gonna flash back to it, aren't they? Come next season, when they're actually relevant. I hate when shows do it where they set it up, but then they just cut away from it, so it's like an obvious flashback setup for later, when you don't have to. Regardless, for the actual episode itself, it was the tournament, all the matchups. It was amazing, minus the thing I kept saying about Diablo, but not much else I have to say on it, actually. It was pretty much how I envisioned the fights were going to go, and it was about time I saw some amazing animation. I love Slime for every part of it, don't get me wrong, but it's nice when we get that kind of stuff every once in a while. I know more people hate on the series for not doing it enough, but all that information from previous episodes is important for the future of the series. I don't know why people don't understand that. Literally next season, for the rest of the story, is a bunch of action. But to get to that part, we have to set up stuff here. Okay? Okay. Nothing else I need to say on the episode, really. It was amazing. But we're already on the final day of the festival. Day 3. Which is where a lot of stuff goes down, actually, which might end up being the rest of the season. I'm still holding out hope for a Lakeshore Dyed Red incident episode to set up for next season, to mirror how Diablo was set up early, you know? Well, in any case, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe, share the video with a friend. Oh, hold on a minute, I forgot to mention, this is the first slime reaction I've posted that's now going to my Patreon. Link is on my channel page. Well, the Patreon link for this one will be in the description anyway. I have revamped my Patreon. I don't feel the need to make a channel update all just about this tiny little thing that I rediscovered my Patreon, so I'll just say it here. My Patreon is now updated. All of the old reactions I've posted are now on my Patreon. I no longer have to worry about editing those to be a specific length or whatever. They're just going to go to Patreon now. Makes my job as an editor a lot easier. I'm also having a poll at the moment for the first exclusive content on my Patreon. You want to join my Patreon? I have a $1 tier and a $5 tier. The $5 tier is where you want to be, though, because that's the tier that gets you exclusive content. And the poll at the moment is what show that will be exclusive to Patreon. It's a poll between Dino Trucks, Iron Man Armored Adventures, or Green Lantern the Animated Series. So go to my Patreon, vote for which one you want. That'll be the first one I make reactions of that go just to Patreon. Eventually, I'll get around to the other two that don't win the poll. It's just to kickstart my Patreon. Now that that's out of the way, thank you all so much for watching. Liked it, like button, subscribe, share the video with a friend, join my Patreon, become a member today, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.